A little bit of the long life of Gordon Pryor, an artist book by Gordon Pryor and Larissa MacFarlane, 2014. A photo of Gordon sitting on some steps above the headline, "Case to Challenge Disabled Wages." Another headline, "Working for Peanuts. Australia's Shame." An image of a slumped figure in a dunce's cap. Then another headline, "Stores Gordon Pryor takes Commonwealth to federal court." Exploitation fears for $2 an hour disabled workers. A quote from Gordon in 2011, "Faxia has known this day was coming for at least 5 years. They should not need another 3 to find a workable alternative to the BSWAT." Panels on a hand-drawn hopscotch game feature photos of workers with a disability along with images of Fair Work legislation 2014 and a demonstration of the new wages tool, as well as slogans that read, "Fighting for the dignity of all workers with a disability," and 7 years of playing games with the government. A headline from January the 11th, 2013, "Judge gives test for disabled an F." Complaints about the BSWAT were first lodged with AED Legal at least 5 years ago, and the matter has been in and out of the federal court since then. A timeline from 2008 to the present ends in a question mark. Another clipping reads, "Federal Court finds Business Services Wage Assessment Tool unlawfully discriminates." A map of Melbourne law courts, then a printout of travel options from Stawell to Southern Cross railway stations, with times ranging from 3 hours to 14 hours. A stalemate in a noughts and crosses game with a newsprint quote in its centre, "Fighting for dignity for workers with a disability." On the 21st of December 2012, it was decided that BASWAT was a mechanism that unfairly discounted the wages of intellectually disabled people and was designed to produce poor wage outcomes for these workers. After the court case, I went to the Welcome Stranger in Burke Street and celebrated with a beer with myself. I tried my luck on the pokies, got the jackpot, and pulled out the winnings. Then I took the train to Ballarat, stayed overnight, and I went home to Stawell the next morning. A photo of Gordon beneath a headline, "Stawell Man wins landmark High Court case." In handwriting, "I retired on the 31st of July 2013, but I still work part-time on this case. It still goes on. People with disabilities are still not being paid proper wages." Pryor versus Commonwealth. Federal Court finds Business Services Wage Assessment Tool unlawfully discriminates. A timeline of significant dates scrolls across the screen. A scrapbook page shows a cartoon of a judge raising a gavel beneath a clipping from a High Court transcript in the case of Commonwealth of Australia versus Nugent and Pryor, 2013. The full court of the Federal Court, by a majority, concluded that the use of BSWAT disadvantaged intellectually disabled persons. Another headline, "Senate Vote Blocks BSWAT Payment Scheme Bill 2014. On the 27th of November 2014, Gordon said, "I am not giving up. Canberra is not going to bring me undone." A quote from him the next day, "People with disabilities are being exploited by these business services, and they have been getting away with it for years. My dream is that all people with disabilities should receive a fair day's pay for a fair day's work." A photo of Gordon smiling in a red baseball cap and spectacles. Gordon Pryor spent 20 years incarcerated in state institutions. In 2005, he took part in the Hidden Lives exhibition to raise awareness of the experience of institutionalization. Throughout his life, he has spoken out passionately about the rights of people with an intellectual disability. He has worked tirelessly to ensure workers with a disability receive a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. Gordon Pryor collaborated with visual artist Larissa MacFarlane, video editor Sue Smith. Produced for the Dangerous Deeds Project, a partnership between Start Community Art, Self-Advocacy Resource Unit, Diversity and Disability. Dangerous Deeds acknowledges the support of Creative Victoria, Australia Council for the Arts, Office of the Disability Services Commissioner, State Government of Victoria.